Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. It's the last day of May, and I still haven't reviewed a Belgian beer yet. So, here you go. This was a request from Kodiak SKE, who used to work at my beer store, Westmere Beverage. Said, you know, me, Henry, and Kevin, when we split the 12-ounce bottle back in September 2010, he thought we didn't do it justice. And I kind of agree with that. I wanted to split a 750 ml back then, but at the time there wasn't any available in any stores, so we had to split the 12 ounce. So here you go, re-review, killing the whole 750 all by myself, none other than the St. Bernardus Abt. I don't know if it's pronounced Abbott or Abt or what, but St. Bernardus 12, 10% ABV, you know, pretty big beer. Very long description on the back. What's interesting is that if you look closely, it actually says Abbey Ale brewed in the classic double style instead of quad or Belgian strong dark ale or whatever. But as you can see, it pours a super dark brown chestnut color. Got a little bit of the micro bubbles sticking to the side of the glass there. Haven't used this Chimay glass in a while. You know, it forms kind of a off-white kind of typical Belgian soapy head. It smells like a typical Belgian dark like this, getting the dark fruits. Very sweet. I can smell the alcohol in there. You know, it's a little bit, I don't know if tannic is the word I'm looking for, but you know, I mean, it's not like it smells like booze or something like a lot of imperial stouts or whatever, but you know, it's a strong Belgian quad, you know, Abbey's Trappist style. Whatever, I'm rambling. So let's get on into this here. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's good. I haven't had this or a beer of this style in a long time. The first thing I noticed as soon as it hit my tongue is how sweet it was. It has like this almost kind of syrupy kind of sweetness to it. And it tastes like completely authentic and organic. Like, it doesn't taste like, you know, high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. Tasting, you know, like kick-ass Trappist quad here. This is a smorgasbord, a cornucopia. That's the word I was thinking of before. Of the dark fruits, of the dark malts. You know, kind of like a real fig kind of taste, like fig. Definitely some like chocolate in there, like a bittersweet chocolate. Dark cherry. There's slightly tart in there. Finish is very clean. I'm surprised. What's interesting is that it is so smooth. I forgot to mention at the beginning is that this is actually, I believe, a 2010 vintage. Because I got this bottle has been sitting in the basement for about a year and a half. My sister and her husband gave it to me for Christmas of 2010. I put it down there. I forgot about it until Kodiak SKE called me out on it. I was gonna go buy one, and I found it down there. There's a date on the crown that says 06/04/15. So if it's 5 years from the bottling date, that would make it have been bottled in, I'm assuming, April 6th of 2010. So it just passed 2 years? 2-year vintage. Really smoothed out since then. It's really interesting. Alright, I am back finishing up the St. Bernardus Abt 12. Gotta say, I really like the vintage better than the fresh one. Assuming we drank it fresh, I don't remember. It is so smooth after 2 years. It has like this, it's almost like drinking like carbonated syrup, and then it kind of has like that syrupy sweetness to it, but it doesn't have the thick viscosity of syrup. I mean, like, I've had, plenty of huge imperial IPAs that taste like syrup. This has like that kind of sweetness. Definitely caramel, a little bit of maple syrup. So hardly any alcohol presence in here at all. Like, there's just like a really, really subtle touch of alcohol, kind of like, sharpness. It does give it like a little bit of like a vanilla kind of taste. Otherwise, really good beer. It's, like I said, still not blow my mind. I would not give this a 10. I'd even, kind of on the border between giving this an 8 and a 9, but I will give the 2010 vintage a 9. Because of the drinkability has improved so much, because it's so smooth, because the alcohol is almost completely gone. I drank this whole bottle by myself. I don't feel drunk right now or anything. And now I'm coming off on camera. Re-review of St. Bernardus Abt 12. I would give that a 9 out of 10 for the 2010 vintage. A fresh bottle is probably about an 8. Great beer. Great example of the Trappist Abbey quadruple Belgian strong dark ale, whatever you want to call it, that general style. So there you go. There's my Belgian beer review for May of 2012. I'll try to get to one pretty quick in June. So that does it for this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.